This is Robert's John F. Kennedy collection. Robert, you want to jump in here and point to any?
Here's a premier piece. This is his passport that he used as senator. And there's a nice shot of him, very young picture. They filled out the front, all signed John F. Kennedy. This is Boston Street address. It says John Fitzgerald Kennedy. Senatorial passport. This is the year that he ran for vice president with Adlai Stevenson.
Here's a picture of his desk. Paraphernalia.
Yeah, you see the blotter and the little white statue. This is the white statue, and here's the blotter from his desk. And here's his glasses, a pair of his reading glasses. There's another pair of his reading glasses. He wore them on top of his head like that. And these are stretched out from wearing them like that.
Where was he? Had a wristwatch or something?
Yeah, there's his watch over there.
Oh.
Right here is his wristwatch that he has in his favorite picture right here. There's the wristwatch. It says on the back, President of the United States, John Kennedy, from his friend Grant. It was Grant Stockdale gave him that watch on election night. This is a new piece I got. That's his solid gold, 14 karat gold West Point ring. Got his name engraved on the inside. John F. Kennedy. Given to him by MacArthur in the Oval Office.
That's something.
That's a real neat piece. This is the first wedding gift that Jackie gave John. It's a solid gold Tiffany money clip, St. Christopher's. And it says on the back, for Jack, September 12th, 54. They were married September 12th, 53. So 1 year later they gave him that. And everything in this case was either owned or used by Kennedy. But his car keys even.
There's his crutch pads.
Yep, from his crutches. I got a picture of him using those. And the other case over here is, this starts from his birth all the way down to his presidency, and this goes from his presidency to his death. There's his wallet.
John F. Kennedy. Wow.
There's a transistor radio that was on his desk. It was one of the early Sonys. These are all notes and doodles and things. This is an interesting piece. It's from the Beverly Hills Hilton Hotel. That was found when they cleaned out his desk after the assassination. It's room 727 at the Beverly Hilton Hotel. Had it in his desk.
In Dallas.
No. This was
Beverly Hills.
Beverly Hills, yeah. And these are notes. There's the magnifying glass that's on the table right there. That was his favorite magnifying glass he used all the time. He had bad eyes, obviously, but didn't like to wear his glasses, so he used magnifying glasses. These are assassination-related things. The last thing he wrote on the airplane when he was landing in Dallas, that was a reminder to him to make a portion into the trademark speech that he wanted to say. There's the telegrams that he got reading on the plane in Dallas, welcoming him to Texas. And all. These are his sunglasses that he had in Dallas.
When he was shot?
Yep. They were in the second car behind him. He wouldn't carry them, and he'd ask somebody if they needed the sunglasses. He'd ask them for it. There's original autopsy photos of Lee Harvey Oswald.
You don't have the Kennedy autopsy photos, do you?
No, they're in the archives. These were hard enough to get. These were from the FBI. These are FBI shots taken in the funeral home, being laid out, and then these are autopsy photos.
Do you have any word on his autopsy being?
No. The alteration of his body?
Mm-hmm.
No more word on that. That's a Jack Ruby's business card from the Carousel strip joint. There's an Easter card sent by Lee Oswald to his brother's family. There's his Fair Play for Cuba card that he carried in his wallet. This one right here.
Oswald carried.
Yeah, signed by Oswald. This is the bullet, one of the shells that Ruby killed Oswald with, from the gun. And this is the Dallas Police Department sergeant's patch and his Dallas Police Department pin that he was wearing when he arrested Oswald in the movie theater.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Christmas card signed November, the week he died, of Kennedy and Jackie. She signed it November 2nd. He signed it the week he died. When he came back from Dallas, he was going to sign the rest of them, but he never came back. And this was to be a Kiss Christmas gift, and John never signed it. Notes and signatures. Signature. Some handwritten notes from the desk of John F. Kennedy.
Now the movie stars.
Behind you is one of his rockers, too.
That is his rocker
Yeah.
from his office.
He had 15 of them. That's one of his rockers from the White House.
There you have it. Believe it or not.
You got to get this last piece.
This is
This is the leather from the back seat of the car with an original picture of the seat.
oh my word.
The red parts are rose petals from the roses she had in the back seat, but all the rest is his blood. And this is from the seat, right center back seat, the blue and the silver gray, and all that on there is his blood.
Mm.
It's a really neat relic.
Well, movie stars,
Yeah,
too
there's just-
numerous.
I got hundreds of
Too
them.
numerous. Everyone,
There's all kinds of people.
an original signature.
You want to get this? This is all we can.
There's a famous porno star
Yeah.
with Rob.
She was grabbing my leg when that was going on.
Grabbing
Grabbing my leg. Couldn't believe it.
everything.
There's the original Batman and Robin costume.
The original Batman and Robin costumes from
It's
the
missing
TV
some
show.
pieces, obviously. The utility belt and the cowl and all the gloves.
And here's Robin.
It's mostly there. 20th Century Fox.
Oh, Laura and Hardy. This is their
Wax figures
wax figures.
from the 40s. They posed for them. They're really lifelike. They're all human hair and wax. Not original hats or clothes, but nice figures. These are original hats. This is original Oliver Hardy hat, and this is the original hat that they wore in Sons of the Desert. This one right here from Stan Laurel.
Here's a fine collection of skulls.
Skulls. Yeah. This one's a Confederate Civil War soldier. The rest of them are American Indians. From various digs all over the United States.
W.C. Fields hat.
Well, Rod Steiger's hat.
Rod Steiger.
When he played W.C. Fields.
Sorry.
Yeah. Charlie Manson's hat from jail.
And a famous Colt.
Yeah,
Helmet
signed picture
sign.
of him back there, Manson. And that's the guy that got the stuff for me. I have a bunch of Manson stuff. Remember Tarzan movies?
Yeah.
Boy's loincloth. Johnny Sheffield. And his loincloth that he wore in the movie. There he was wearing it.
Oh my
Cute
word.
piece. There's an unusual coffee table. This is one of those.
Just one of the more interesting items that Robert keeps around his house.
That's a ceremonial casket that they used to initiate Masons. And they used to have to, part of the initiation to lay in it. So I made a coffee table out of it. That's a Civil War soldier's skeleton.
A couple of Babe Ruth.
Yeah, this is the Babe Ruth ball in here. This is a nice one.
How many balls do you have signed by Babe Ruth? You can't.
I've had 30 of them. Right now I've only got 3. But this is a nice one because it's Ruth and Gehrig.
Mm-hmm.
Both of them on there. The whole 1930 Yankee
And the
team.
glove.
Nothing, just used for display.
One of the few things here
Yeah,
that
just used for
is
display.
worthless.
It looks nice. This is the ship's bell from the Nautilus.
No kidding.
Yeah, first nuclear sub.
Okay.
These are new.
Mums.
This is an Inca Indian woman, 1200 AD. Pretty much in a state of preservation except from the bottom down.
Incas.
These are really fascinating. This is a lady in waiting to Queen Hatshepsut, New Kingdom, like 3,000 years before Christ. And this is a relative of Ramesses II, Egyptian mummies' heads. And that's a head of a nobleman. These were all plundered by the British when they went into Egypt and went through the tombs looking for the gold and all.
Nothing? Oh.
Yeah, it's something
Oh.
you won't understand.
Okay.
It's hard to understand. This is the one that Ken Kershaw wore.
Now, is this his real hat?
No, it's not his real
Oh.
hat. But if I ever get his real hat, this is where I'm going to put it. But
Is
but
he
it's
a Lincoln collector?
Yeah, big one. But this is off Lincoln's life mask. Oh, it's a super head. All human hair, exactly what he looked like.
And
These
famous
are
hats.
Famous hats. Got Armstrong's hat that he wore back from the moon, Apollo 11. The hat that Basil Rathbone wore in Sherlock Holmes.
Here's Audie Murphy's.
No,
No?
Gary Cooper.
Gary
from Sergeant
Cooper.
York.
Sergeant York.
Yep. I'll give you some more on it.
Oh, this is all right.
W.C. Fields, the hat that he used in vaudeville, used to juggle. This is Groucho Marx's hat
I got plenty.
from Go West, one of the Marx Brothers movies. So try and find pictures of him wearing it. That's him wearing it there and him wearing it there.
Mm-hmm.
There's Barbara Streisand's from Hello Dolly,
Oh, my.
with her wearing it. There's Charles Lawton from Mutiny on the Bounty. And I got more hats over here. Oh, that's a doctor's skeleton out of a home. A doctor's office.
In the robe? Anything?
The robe is from the Ten Commandments, Charlton Heston.
He wore that.
Yep.
In one of his... He's not in that shot there.
No,
Right.
no. This is President Pierce's
Oh,
hat.
the light's going dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
President McKinley's hat that he was assassinated in.
Isn't that something?
And King Edward the Sixth. And U.S. Grant. Ulysses S. Grant.
Hmm.
And here's Lincoln's wallet.
Abraham Lincoln's
That he used all in the Civil War.
wallet.
That was owned by John Hay, his personal secretary.
Hmm.
You gotta get the Oscars too, and the Emmys. See,
Oh,
these
my.
are new.
Okay.
This is Perry Mason.
Perry Mason, Raymond Burr.
Burr's Best Actor in a Series, 1961. He won that Emmy. And this is Best Picture of the Year, 1951, American in Paris. It's the only Best Picture Oscar outside the Academy in a private collection. And this is 1939 for Wuthering Heights, the Cinematography Award for the best cinematography in a picture that year.
What's that on your hands, Robert?
Ice hockey championship rings, Stanley Cup rings. They're pretty neat. New York Islanders.
Who they belong to?
Bob Bourne, and this was given to a team member, made for a team member that didn't fit, so it was resized, and I ended up with it.
You still have Paul Blair's?
No, sold it.
There's a collection of mummy heads.
Nope, shrunken.
I mean shrunken heads.
Yeah.
I don't know why I want to say mummy heads.
They're all original, 16 of them. I have to change the numbering system. They don't mean anything. I haven't got to it yet. This is a white man right here.
One of the few.
Yep. All the rest of them are natives, and some of them are really well done, and it's a
Yeah, I like
unbelievable process. And that's one of the best collections around. Some of the ones down the bottom are from the Philippines, and they didn't know the process. That's why the facial features are all missing. The ones all the way down the bottom are all fakes.
that. Okay.
They're the ones the natives dupe people with and sell to tourists and stuff like that.
That comes out pretty good. Here's General Custer.
It's an original Brady photograph, hairlock, and bone scrimshawed from Custer's Last Stand.
This is
Babe Ruth. Signed photo. Thomas Edison signed photo. It's a pretty piece.
and this is
Harding's paycheck, President Harding. He made $6,250 a month. 1923. Good pay.
1923. It was real good.
The gold lockets are
Can I start over?
the gold lockets are hair locks of George and Martha Washington, passed down in the family by Martha. They're really good pieces, really interesting. And this is the clothes that John D. Rockefeller died in, richest man in the world. And there's this golf hat that goes with this, and there's a picture of him wearing it. And it's got shorter,
Whoa,
it's like a
that's
shorter long sleeve shirt, silk, cashmere. He got sick playing golf and was taken to the hospital and died in these clothes.
Mm.
And that's the suit she wore in it. She doesn't fill it out quite as good as Kim did. So. Mannequin.
All right.
This is neat. That's the. This was made with the boot that Armstrong stepped on the moon with. The boot right here from the moon.
Yeah.
When they brought it back, he made impressions in plaster for 50 high officials in NASA, and that's one of them. These are pictures I took of the Air and Space Museum when it opened, and got autographs of Armstrong and the whole crew. FDR's cane over there. It's slipping down. I need to have to fix it.
FDR's cane.
Yep. He had polio, so he needed a cane to walk with.
Stonewall Jackson here.
No, Andrew Jackson.
Andrew Jackson.
Yep, hair locks. Right down here. Taken on his deathbed. Here and here. I do have Stonewall Jackson over here. This is Stonewall Jackson's walking stick. It's ivory, and he used it before the Civil War. Of course, he was killed during the war.
Jack Dempsey's gloves.
Jack Dempsey's boxing gloves.
Sign.
This is from the Hindenburg, the famous dirigible that blew up at Lakehurst, New Jersey. This is an original plate from the Hindenburg.
It didn't get broken.
Well, they had them in storage, and right now in the Smithsonian in Washington, they have a mock-up of the dining room with this set. But this is the one that was going to be used to replace any that were broken on the voyages.
Mm.
So they were really rare, and they're extremely fine china, made in
And
Germany.
the brick.
Brick is from the White House, original construction of the White House. So is the flooring. This is Harry Truman's umbrella. Grant's cigar holder. He had throat cancer, so his doctor recommended that he use this to help the throat cancer. There's Lincoln's blood from the night he was killed
What?
on his bed. Yep. And there's his hair lock taken the night he was killed.
Abe's hairlock.
Right under there, under that wax seal. And then there's his blood. This is Clara Barton, the founder of the Red Cross, her sewing kit, and a lot of personal effects of hers, photos and signed things. This is the man that acquired all this stuff. One of her bandanas with the Red Cross emblem on it, and a hair lock. Clara Barton.
Was she the one from Frederick?
From,
That was Barbara Fritchie.
yeah, she was from Maryland,
Yeah.
but over near Washington.
Okay.
She wore when she played,
That's the Spaceballs.
yeah, it was worn by Laureen Yarnell, Shields and Yarnell.
And here is Charles Lawton's
No, Lon Chaney.
Lon Chaney.
Right.
God, I don't know any of these people.
Yeah, that's the mask that they made for him in the movie. And that's an original 20s Klan hood. Ku Klux Klan original.
Mm.
Have you ever held one of these guys?
No, are they pretty heavy?
Yeah, this is neat.
No wonder they're always two-handed, you know?
Yeah.
This is the curator of the Robert White Museum, ladies and gentlemen, if you're just wondering. Claim to fame as a practice pitcher for the Baltimore Orioles. And what year was that, Robert?
That was 65. 1965, claim to fame.
And somehow I got into collecting junk.
Yeah, neat junk.
He's a junk collector.
Neat junk. This is neat. I like this. This is a lock of hair of Geronimo,
Oh my word.
famous Indian. There's a signature and a photo.
My
This is a drawing, and there's a hair lock right here.
dog's father was named Geronimo.
Okay. There's signatures of Nelson, Miles, and General Lawton. That's Lawton, that's Miles. They're the two men that captured Geronimo and brought him in. He was one of the most sought after Indians of all time.
Is there any possible price value of this cellar, Robert?
Honest to God, I don't know. Honest, I don't know.
Couldn't even.
It's a lot of money. I could retire a couple times over.
Couldn't
I just
even.
started it when I was 7, 8 years old and just been collecting ever since. Here's pictures I took of the Stooges at Glen Oak Amusement Park in the 60s. And right now, those are really hot items. And when I got them, it cost me nothing, and I could sell them right now for a couple $100. So you times that times, hundreds of items here. A lot of it's unique, one-of-a-kind stuff. Did you get this costume from Wizard of Oz?
Is that the Wizard of
Yeah.
Oz?
This is...
Yeah. Let me get around this side.
This is the costume right here. He's the only, they're called Winkies. They're witches' guards. They're not the monkeys, but the Winkies. And this guy is the only one that had a speaking part, and he said, "Hail Dorothy, the Wicked Witch is dead," or something to that effect. And this is his costume. And it's one of the only 2 known complete ones left. The lance is a reproduction, but everything else is original.
Mm.
And that's a heavy movie item.
Just a little hi Bobby from Bo. And this is
Kelly LeBrock, who isn't bad. Morgan Fairchild. Barbara Eden. Rod Steiger.
just a
How'd
few.
he get in there, right?
Yeah, what's Rod doing here? There's
Nice Melanie Griffith. She's popular now.
we just saw her last night.
Yeah. Very nice lady.
Stevie. Hey.
This is from Charo when I spent some time in Vegas with her. She's all there too.
Oof. Good old Cheryl.
Very nice lady. The Honeymooners, the entire cast, including Gleason before he died.
And sign.
These are built in the Air and Space Museum in Washington. I got Armstrong, Aldrin,
Where's
Collins.
You had a Ford portrait photo of the
Jerry
Fords?
Ford.
Is that the recent one? Oh, Lonnie.
Yeah.
Barbara.
Yeah, I know Barbara Eden pretty well. I got a lot of her stuff.
Cheryl. Hello, dear Robert. Well, Kennedy is the fascinating.
Kennedy's the big buck item.
Now the deal with gave away your Kennedy. No, you traded the autographs of every president of the United States for a college textbook series from Kennedy.
Years ago. And that was the first thing I ever could get on him. At that time, I never thought I'd have a collection like
And
this.
at the time when I
This
thought that
bar
was
none.
a bad
I know
deal.
every Kennedy collector in the country, and some of them specialize in just assassination, or some of them specialize in the presidency, but this is the finest collection of personal memorabilia outside the Kennedy Library, and it even rivals the Kennedy Library because some of the stuff in here is literally priceless.
Did you have a scrapbook of one of them, Rose or something?
No,
No.
a scrapbook. One that they kept or something?
You had the vampire guy.
Vincent Price, yeah, I had his scrapbooks. Right.
And you had a photograph album of the guy who used to do the vampire. I saw that one once.
Bela Lugosi?
Yeah, didn't you?
Yeah, I had Bela Lugosi scrapbooks. Yeah.
Baby drawings by Caroline and John,
Yeah.
who's now a lawyer.
Right, here's John's robe. This is his robe that he used to visit his father in one of his little sailor suits. This figure here was sent to Mrs. Kennedy after the assassination as a gift by somebody. She kind of weirded out, and that's how a lot of this stuff came to be, because she gave it to close friends of Kennedy's in the White House and should have kept it and realized that one day somebody would want it, and it should go to the Kennedy Library, but it's not. It's here.
Can you sit in the chair?
Yeah, sure.
I'm gonna sit in JFK's rocking chair
It's
here.
nice and comfortable.
Here you go.
How do you take it?
Just look in the viewfinder and point it at.
Is it going?
It's running.
Oh.
Just relaxing in JFK's rocking chair here
Yeah.
in the Robert Museum.
It's comfortable, isn't it?
Yeah.
Especially if you have a
It's
bad
very
back.
heavy. Yeah, very heavy. It was made specially orthopedically for him in his back. And
All right, thank you, John. If you ever got this house ever went up in flames,
you have to take me away.
This is-
Stanley Cup,
what
Yeah.
year?
1985.
How'd you get that?
Team Lawyer. Just give it to
Mm,
the Team Lawyer. It's a beautiful ring.
gosh darn.
Nice fat diamond in it.
Well, everything on every wall is something.
There's a nice Alfred Hitchcock.
There's a George Washington something. What's this?
No, I took that out. It's removed. It's a
Oh.
piece of his casket that belongs in there, and I'm having it redone.
Ah,
So it's not there, but that's what's in there. Here's an Alfred Hitchcock drawing, his famous profile that he did.
oh yeah.
If you'd ask him, I asked him backstage at the Kennedy Center, and he took a few minutes and did it. It only took him a couple minutes.
He always drew that?
He drew it if you caught him at the right time. And
Oh, I never knew he was responsible for
Oh
that.
yeah, that's his. Yeah, yeah.
That's his signature and everything.
He would sign it and then draw it, much like Jimmy Stewart drew this from Harvey, his famous movie
Aw.
Rabbit.
Is this airplane propeller or anything?
Yeah, that's a World War I propeller from a fighter plane that was later lettered up. They used the plane later, obviously, in 1927 for a flying plane. And it had a Studebaker engine. Most people know Studebakers for the cars.
Here,
You ever see a picture of Zach with the Knights capital T?
ta-da.
See?
Where is he?
There it is.
How'd he get in there?
Contacts.
This is the prep room. Ooh, who's that?
Here's a nice cadaver picture.
Now, this is what brings you up a lot of times is that picture you gave me
Yeah.
of the cadaver and all the bones
Right.
of the foot. and
See the
stuff.
campy? You know, he's got the cigarette back there.
Oh, yeah. This is what happened to Robert's friends when they touch stuff when they're not asked. Up, teddy bear. Who's that?
This is Clifford Berryman. He's the original guy that drew the first teddy bear that Staife made a teddy bear out of. He's
What
the
happened
guy-
to Smokey's outfit?
Sold it.
Sold Smokey the
Sold
Bear's
Smokey
original
the Bear,
outfit.
And I got to get a little to show everybody that I'm not too weird. Dorothy Stratton.
That's-
Very, very nice pose. That's the famous Playboy model. That was,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
She signed that to you?
Uh-huh.
Dorothy?
Obviously, before she dead, she was dead.
And this is just antique.
Quite a nice view.
These just collector toys.
There's all kind of toys and stuff. This is stuff that I'm preparing to get rid of.
Mm-hmm.
This is like a family mementos and stuff like that, but there's some good toys and things up there. Little odds and ends.
Mm. That's Robert's old girlfriend, Seika, from
Yeah, got that signed that
Porno
day.
USA.
Yeah. She signed it on her thigh.
I had this thing on standby the whole time.
But
Damn it.
this,
Natalie Wood,
yep,
IUD,
her IUD, her Darvon
wine
bottle, her credit cards,
credit cards.
yep, a bank certificate, and it's the real McCoy.
Natalie Wood.
But of all the history and all this, people go crazy over that. I had these guys laughing that night so hard.
How you can get the IUD.
Yep. And that's the thing people will remember. Yeah.
Wide angle so you can get an idea what's going on here.
I've been on Entertainment Tonight and some other shows. I've had some things come down.
I didn't know you were going to be on, why don't you?
Yeah, well, I don't, I mean, sometimes I don't even
Jackie
know myself
should call
what's
me
on.
and let me
I
know.
get this stuff all the time. It's a pain in the ass. But I gave 3 tours last week. I mean, school groups come down. It's crazy. I've had like a classroom come down. And the teachers are walking through, don't touch anything, kids. They're looking. And you feel kind of funny when one kid goes, "Who's this lady?" You know, and I'm like, just a movie star. You wouldn't know her, you know.
Hmm. Hubert Humphrey to Robert White. There we
Yeah, I
go.
met him.
You still have those books with just pages of people's names?
Yep, hundreds of autographs. And all these are filled with all kinds of different things. You know. All these are all kinds of.
Just extra stuff.
Well, research and like, I went to Bob Hope's birthday party and got him to sign that. And, you know, just on
Dear
and on.
Bob, Mork and Mindy.
Yeah, this is Jonathan Winter's script when he played on Mork and Mindy. His copy of his working script. I mean, it's just, I can't put it all out. It's too much stuff. And I really put out just what I really like. And I don't really care if other people like it or not, but everybody seems to like it. The variety is what people like. I mean, there's something down here for everybody. You know?
Well, if Robin gets played by Fox, Michael J. Fox.
Yeah, right. Right. He's up.
Well, they got new uniforms now. He's all
Yeah.
high-teched out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think we're going to call this
Well,
tour.
upstairs there. There's a couple of neat signed pieces up there.
I don't know if we can. Let's see if we can zoom in on
They're
some.
presidential photos.
I got some
There's
macro.
Ron and Nancy, to Jackie and I.
Let me see if I can get my macro. Who's this to? You and Jackie?
Mm-hmm.
There's Ron.
Lyndon Johnson, and early Nixon.
London. And
Jerry Ford.
Jerry Ford. Robert. There's the switches from Jerry.
That's John Kennedy, signed photograph.
D.
Eisenhower.
White. You got Jimmy. Jimmy Carter.
Yeah.
Alright, whoop, knock something off the wall here.
This
Who's this guy?
This is the guy that lived next door.
Oh.
That big old house. That's the big old house in the 1890s. He was Postmaster General under McKinley, cabinet member.
Alright, that's our tour.
We have these from
Okay.